What's good, fellas? Welcome to today's market recap. I did not take a trade today. There was one possible scenario where I could have taken a trade. It was right here. I'll go over that in a second, but let's just start at market open. So coming into this morning, we dumped 500 points overnight. So we had Asia highs up here, London highs right here. We had this unfilled 1 hour gap. London highs was also an entry point to a unfilled 4 hour, and then above us we had a 15-minute right here. Damn, we're just selling off like crazy right now. We had a 15-minute right here, a 15-minute above us, and then 2 5-minutes. And then we had a 4 hour all the way up here, but I wasn't anticipating price on going all the way the hell up there. So coming into this morning, I wanted to see price open high. Let's go back down to the 5-minute. I wanted to see price open high, and then potentially take out these draws, which was London, this 1 hour, and this 15-minute, and then see a rejection from there. But we ended up opening lower, and then when we opened low, we ended up coming into this 15-minute fair value gap right here. So we got a resweep of these intermediate lows inside this fair value gap, and this trade looked really, really solid. We had a 5-minute inversion right here with a 5-minute CISD. However, I just could not find an entry. I guess you could have set a limit order at the CISD and then targeted all this LR and this unfilled hourly, but that's not the way I trade. I just trade inversions. So I just let this one play out. I said, okay, if we can come down and take out this 5-minute fair value gap right here, I'll then go ahead and long, but we didn't end up doing that. So we ended up getting the move higher that I wanted to see. And then we ended up coming and tapping into this hourly. Also, obviously, we're in the big old 4 hour fair value gap as well. We ended up inversing this 15 minutes, so it was no longer relevant, but we had one more 15 minutes sitting above us and then this 5-minute. So what I wanted to see is I wanted to see a rejection off of these, but we ended up edging them. And when we edged them, we ended up coming down into this 5-minute right here, and then also this 5-minute as well. And then we ended up getting, I believe, a 3-minute inversion out of that you could have targeted these internal highs. The reason I didn't take this is because we had a unfilled 15-minute at my stop loss. So I didn't want to take this trade, and obviously it looked a little choppy. Maybe if we came down and ran through it instantly with this candle, I could have targeted that along with this unfilled 5-minute all the way up here, but we just didn't end up doing that. We came up, kind of rejected it. Next candle we rejected it as well, and then we kind of got like a shitty close. So I wasn't really confident in that. I'd much rather have just took a mech short, rejecting this 15-minute gap and then the 5-minute that's inside of it as well. And then this was the highest point I wanted to see price go if we were looking for shorts, was this 5-minute up here. But we ended up coming up. Okay, we tapped the 5-minute and the 15-minute. So that 3-minute ended up working out, but it just took a little while. It didn't look the prettiest. And then we kind of ended up chopping around a little bit. So this trade, it didn't look that bad. It was a 2-minute inversion to the downside right here. And the reason I didn't take this is because it was just in the midst of chop. So I wanted to see like a clear move up, even though we did get the SMT and we're rejecting this 15-minute and 5-minute. The market hasn't been treating me too well lately, so I'm starting to be a lot more selective on my setups. But this was a good play overall. Here's ES. ES was trending higher, but the only thing is ES edged these highs right here, which I think are like, hold on. Yes, edge these 15-minute highs right here, which is right at the 15-minute fair value gap. So I kind of wanted to see that take it out first and create that SMT and then go lower. And as you guys can see, the inversion was like in the midst of this like whole chop, right? So even though we did get the SMT, the 2-minute inversion, we got the inversion with speed. Didn't look too bad. We can target the unfilled 15-minute gap. This trade would have hit in like, I think like 2 or 3 minutes. You would have entered on this candle right here. So 1, 2. Hold on. Yeah, I would have hit in like 3 minutes. So you would have been in this trade for 3 minutes. Pretty good RR too. Almost a 1.5 RR. So that trade didn't look bad at all. And then there was this one that just appeared. Got a 5-minute tap into this fair value gap. And then we seen a 1-minute inversion out of it. However, we just started chopping around after. But yeah, obviously I was already off the charts by then, but that is what's going on right now. The only trade I really seen today was just this 2-minute inversion down here. I wanted to take shorts all day. I was leaning pretty bearish, but it is what it is. My draw on liquidity originally was this sell side right here, and then the 50% range or CE of this new week opening gap that we had from last week. And then if we started displacing through there, I could have anticipated us going to this unfilled 4 hour. But yeah, that's what I was looking for coming into market open. It didn't really find a plus entry, so I just stayed out the market today. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you guys are looking to up your allocation, code LoeGpa on Lucid Trades. I'll leave the link in the description. 45% off. No activation fee. It's like $75 for a 50K account. So go check that out, and I will catch y'all boys tomorrow.